Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 6, Lesson 46, and today we take subject-verb agreement somewhere it gets genuinely tricky. Sentences with more than one subject. Two subjects, one verb. So which one does the verb listen to? The answer depends entirely on one small word sitting between them. Let's find out. Back in Lesson 15, we learned the basic law of agreement. A singular subject takes a singular verb, and a plural subject takes a plural verb. Today we push that law into harder ground. What happens when a sentence has not one subject, but two or more subjects sharing a single verb? That is what we call a compound subject. And here's the thing that makes this whole lesson tick. Join them with and you get one result. Join them with or nor, and you get something completely different. So before you even glance at the verb, the joining word is where your eye should go first. Let's start with the easy half. When two subjects are joined by and, they simply add up. Rosa and Devin are unloading the van. Rosa is one person, Devin is another, and 1 plus 1 makes 2. So the verb is plural. We say are, not is. Notice what we do not do. We don't look at Rosa by herself, and we don't look at Devin by himself. The word and glues them into a pair, and it is the pair that the verb answers to. It works the same way with things. The lantern and the map are in my pack. A lantern plus a map is two objects, so again the verb comes out plural. So hold on to the default. Two subjects joined by and take a plural verb. Now for the first exception, and it is a good one. Sometimes two words joined by and don't name two things at all. They name one. Listen, my friend and advisor is waiting outside. Notice the verb, is, singular. Why? Because the friend and the advisor are the very same man. One person, one verb. If I truly meant two different people, I would have to write, my friend and my advisor are waiting, repeating that little word, my. Here is another flavor of the same idea. Macaroni and cheese is my favorite. Macaroni and cheese isn't two dishes on two plates. It's one dish with one name, one thing you order. So whenever the joined words name a single person or a single thing, the compound subject turns singular. There is a second exception, and it is easy to spot once you know it. When the little words each, every, or many a come in front of a compound subject, the whole thing goes singular, even though and is doing the joining. Every boy and girl was invited, not were, was. Each pen and pencil is sharpened. Many a hiker and climber has camped on that ridge. Why does that happen? Because each, every, and many a zoom the camera in on one member at a time. They ask you to picture the people one by one, not as a crowd. So when one of those words is leading the subject, go singular. Now we come to the heart of the lesson, and this is the part worth carving into your memory. Look at this sentence. Neither the coach nor the players are here. When two subjects are joined by or by nor, including either, or, and neither nor, they do not add up. Instead, the verb agrees with whichever subject sits nearest to it. The verb in our sentence is plural, and that is because the subject standing closest to it is players, which is plural. The coach, sitting way off to the left, is completely ignored. So don't add the two subjects together, and don't try to average them. Just slide your finger to the subject right next to the verb and match that one. Nearest wins. Here is the move that proves the rule, and it is my favorite part of this lesson. Watch what happens when I flip the order of the two subjects. First, neither the coach nor the players are here. The nearest subject is players, plural, so the verb is are. Now I will swap them. Neither the players nor the coach is here. Nothing changed but the order of two nouns, and yet the verb had to change too, because the nearest subject is now coach, which is singular, so we say is. Same coach, same players, same meaning, but a different verb, purely because a different word landed next to it. That is the whole rule in one flip. Let's turn all of that into a 3-step check you can run in about a second. Rule 1. Joined by and, go plural. Rosa and Devin are. Rule 2. Unless the pair names one single person or one single thing, or unless each, every, or many a is sitting in front, and then you go singular. And Rule 3. Joined by or nor, then ignore everything except the subject nearest the verb, and match that one. Find the joining word first, and the sentence will tell you the rest. Ready to practice? In this first set, every subject is joined by and. Decide whether the verb should be singular or plural, and keep an eye out for those two exceptions. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. Rosa and Devin blank, painting the fence. Two separate people joined by and, so they add up to 2. Nothing here names a single unit, and no each or every is leading the subject. The answer is are. Every actor and dancer blank, rehearsing. Look hard at the very first word, every. When every leads a compound subject, the whole subject turns singular, no matter what and is doing. So the answer here is the singular verb. My coach and mentor, blank, retiring. Ask yourself, is that 2 people or 1? There is no second my in front of mentor, so the coach and the mentor are the very same person. A single person takes a singular verb, so the answer is the singular 1. Now every subject is joined by or nor. Find the subject sitting nearest the verb and let that one decide everything. Pause and try each before I answer. Neither the pilot nor the passengers blank worried. Slide your finger to the subject nearest the verb. That is passengers, and passengers is plural, so the verb goes plural too. The answer is are. Now I have flipped that very same sentence. Neither the passengers nor the pilot blank worried. The nearest subject is now pilot, just one person, singular. So the verb has to be singular as well, and the answer is the singular form. Either the twins or their father blank driving. Twins may well be plural, but twins is not the subject nearest the verb. Father is, and father is one person. Nearest wins, so the answer here is the singular choice. Let's gather it all up. When a compound subject is joined by and, it is plural. Rosa and Devin are here. But it turns singular in 2 situations. When the joined words name a single person or a single thing, like my friend and advisor, or macaroni and cheese. And when each, every, or many a leads the subject. Then there is the big one. When the subjects are joined by or nor, forget adding entirely. The verb agrees with the subject nearest to it, and flipping the order flips the verb right along with it. That is compound subjects handled. In our next lesson, we will keep building on agreement. I'll see you there.